What I'm excited about is, collecting all the belts, getting the rest of the belts, the WBC, the WBA, and the WBO, and become undisputed. That's what I'm excited about.
This is really, like I said, the beginning of where he wanted to be.
And he gives 100% to whatever he does, whether it's in the ring, outside the ring, it doesn't really matter. I mean, as you can see today, he takes charge of certain things, and he took charge of the workout today.
You went to school? What you do? You had fun? I guess.
Boost just got finished boxing and training. Did you train today? How many push-ups did you? What do you want to do today? Look at my man right there. What's up, buddy? What's going on? What we doing today? Like we normally do. Shot about 3-4 rounds. Hit the bag and reflex back. Speed back, reflex back. All right. So a total of 10 or 12. Long as you still doing 4 minutes a round. Yeah, you good. Oh, all right, yeah. Look who came out here.
Time to go to McDonald's. Yeah. Better get the CBG order. I tell you earlier. You gotta get the CBG order. 2 McChicken with cheese, add the neck sauce, add cheese. You go medium fry. Right now I gotta go medium IC because I'm in camp. If I was outside of camp, I'd go medium Sprite with Coke.
Hi. Hip tall, hip tall. How you doing? Accelerate that elbow to the floor. Come on. Drive that elbow down. Big reach. Good lad. Pause at the top. Nice. 2 more. Come on. Good lad. Own it now. Own it. So as you can see, we've got a superset here, both primarily targeting backside of that shoulder girdle. So for someone like Xander, that just for training and his sport, he spends so much time in this kind of forward-leaning posture. Sometimes in the gym, it's not necessarily about developing your strength, but ensuring that we maintain overall balance just for integrity of the joints and health long-term. So we've got a superset here, as you can see, isometric rows, phenomenal just for setting and restoring that position. Superset here with a rotational power press. Again, we still need him moving at speed in both directions. And these 2 exercises.
Jaron Ennis just called Xander Zayas a baby to his face. And honestly, that might have been the biggest mistake of his career, because what I'm seeing in these training camps is about to shock you. Look at this footage of Ennis grinding through resistance training. Heavy lifts, conditioning circuits, building that explosive power. The man is turning himself into an absolute weapon at 154 pounds. But here's what nobody's talking about.
Yeah, you can. Okay. Thank you. If you need one, you tell me.
Is this how you do it? You just go around asking people if you can cut their wood?
I guess. No, we normally be having our own pieces of wood back at home.
What did you say? Always open.
Always open. You don't worry about no tag, man. That ain't got to do with anything. Ooh. Work that out here. We can't take it back on the plane, so after he finished chopping wood, taking it back to the store. I just tell him I'm taking the hammer already.
Just got done sparring, came to chop some wood, get his money. Life of a king, man.
You got some money. I know you ain't dropped that on my...
While Ennis is bulking up and trying to carry his power to a new weight class, Zayas is doing something completely different. Watch this speed and agility work. Footwork drills, reaction training, staying light and fast. 2 totally opposite approaches.
Son ejercicios que son fáciles al ojo, pero cuando lo empiezas a hacer y empiezas a practicarlo, pues son un poco más complicados. Tienes que concentrarte más, no simplemente en hacer el movimiento, pero mental.
And get this, Ennis is eating a massive high-calorie diet to maintain strength at 154. That's a red flag right there. When you're forcing your body to carry extra weight, when you're fighting your natural frame, that's when things go wrong fast.
Going to bring everything he has, and I believe that he's going to leave it all in the ring. And I think that the one thing that we know here is we don't overlook anything. We have a tremendous amount of respect for what he's going to bring in there, but we also know what Xander's going to bring in there.
But Zayas, his pad work is absolutely vicious. Look at these combinations. Fast, sharp, precise. Each punch thrown with knockout intention. This isn't the same young prospect everyone's been sleeping on. This is a unified champion who's been living at 150 for his whole career.
Continue to but I make no mistakes.
Show you.
I ain't gonna miss. I ain't gonna miss. I ain't gonna miss.
You're small, man.
You're small.
Yeah.
You small.
You're small.
You're a baby. And I'm gonna show you.
All right.
And when I touch you, I know you're going down when I touch you for sure.
Yeah, all right. You're small.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
I like
guarantee you.
I like it.
I'm not playing.
All right.
Here's where it gets interesting. Ennis is adding outdoor runs and shadow boxing to clear his head. That sounds nice, but you know what that really tells me? The pressure is getting to him. He needs mental breaks from camp.
He ain't choose to fight me. I told Eddie and them to go get him. You know, after, negotiations or whatever fell through with, Ortiz and things like that. I told Eddie and my team, like, yo, go, make sure y'all go get Zayas next for me if we can't get, the Ortiz situation. And that's what they did for me. But I appreciate him for accepting the fight, because he didn't have to take this fight. He could have forced somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, if you are a young, up-and-coming, undefeated Puerto Rican fighter with a belt, you have some economic engine behind you if the island really gets behind you, right? And that puts you in a position to pick and choose. So if you're Zayas, the fact that he says yes to you, that says something about his confidence right now, doesn't it?
I don't know. With me, it don't matter. Like I said, this is my division. It don't matter how much confidence he got.
Meanwhile, Zayas is doing coordination drills and mental preparation exercises. Reaction training, rhythm work, staying calm under pressure. One fighter is trying to escape the pressure. The other is training specifically to handle it better.
I've been in a lot of big fights right in the Philadelphia area where there's Atlantic City, big crowds there. But what I'm excited about is you're finally getting a big fight on a big stage that you've been, deserving. How big is this for you to finally have a fight, right, where it's going to be everyone's watching for it? This is going to crown you as the next big thing in boxing. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, I'm excited. This is what I've been waiting for, and being on a big stage. And y'all know when a big fight is in hand. Y'all know I come alive when a big fight is in hand and the stakes is high. That's when I shine my best, and I'm excited. I can't wait to show the world, the rest of my abilities.
Now listen to what Zayas' trainers are saying. They're not just confident, they're praising his improved speed, discipline, and ring IQ. When a team talks like that 3 weeks out, they've seen something special in sparring.
WBO, Xander Zayas, Ron Ennis. Yeah, I'm noticing now that everybody's putting out videos, analyzing the fight, breaking the fight down. Yeah. And it's more so about, not about what Xander is, but about the flaws they see in Boots and what Boots does wrong defensively, why they giving Xander a chance. What you make of that?
I mean, some of it is for content, some of it is for confidence. For me, I think like that is funny because you can watch tape and if you really don't even know what you're looking at, you can lie to yourself too. The angle you watching it from on tape, the angle you watching it from being in there, like not being in the ring, but being outside the ring as a coach, and the angle from actually being in there, all three of those angles are different. We could come up with whatever we want. They still got to fight. And what either guy sees, none of us will see. So you can prepare as much as you want. You know what I mean? You're going to have to prove it that night in the ring. So when people breaking down videos and things like that, it's cool. It's good for content, but it don't change the angle from when you're actually in it.
But here's the kicker. During their face-off, Ennis called Zayas a baby. That wasn't just trash talk. That was Ennis trying to convince himself he's facing some green prospect. But Zayas didn't flinch, didn't react, just stared him down with ice-cold focus.
If I keep seeing is either Xander's too young, Xander's too green,
Yeah,
or Boots is overrated and Boots is overhyped.
yeah.
Which one is true and are both true?
I don't think none of it's true. I don't think none of it's true because if Xander wasn't as good as he is, he wouldn't be here. If Boots wasn't as good as he is, he wouldn't be here. This is one of those fights we didn't want right away, but we wanted it. Now we got it. You can't complain when you get it. It's a great fight, like it or not.
Stylistically, what do you say?
Stylistically, of course, Boots is the better boxer, faster hands.
And Ennis admitted something huge in his recent interview. He said Zayas didn't even ask for this fight. Ennis pushed for it after Virgil Ortiz fell through. Think about that. The champion is chasing the challenger. That's backwards.
Given that situation, it kind of opened up the door for Xander to walk in to get Boots. Xander put a picture out that he signed a contract to fight. No one knows who the opponent is, but the speculation is it's Boots. How do you see that fight going?
I mean, shoot, it's hard to really go against Boots because on that one was specifically Xander. You know, I feel Xander's still young. You know.
Hold up, did you catch what Robert Garcia said? Ennis has barely fought at 154 pounds. Limited experience at the weight. And Rolando thinks that's going to matter big time in the later rounds when strength and comfort in the division become crucial.
I think it would have been a better fight if it would have been Virgil versus Boots instead of Xander.
I mean, I think that's the fight everyone wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's no ifs, ands, questions about this or that. I mean, like, that's the fight that everyone wanted.
Now, let me get your rankings on all three of them because those three seem to be stuck in a triangle. Boots, Virgil, Xander. How would you rank them 1, 2, 3?
I say Virgil, number 1.
Okay.
Even Rolando Garcia, who picks Ennis to win, admitted Zayas is dangerous and rapidly improving. When your own supporters are making excuses before the fight even happens, that tells you everything about where the smart money is going.
I think Boots, as talented as he is, I think he still hasn't really tested the 154 because one round didn't do much for him. He didn't really test, so he might be very talented, but in the late rounds against a solid 154-pounder that might be getting closer to moving to 160 because Zayas is big. So that could be a little bit of a difference there. You know, if we compare the both fights, young age, yes, Fernando was 21 if I'm not mistaken, and it was a little bit maybe too soon from what a lot of people think. But you know, sometimes you got to take those fights, you know, because the money's right. You don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't know what's coming after. So I think Boots is doing what, you know, what a real champion does, man.
So here you have it. Ennis is trying to force his way up to a new weight class, dealing with mental pressure, and facing a unified champion who's been preparing for this moment his entire career. The trash talk was just Ennis trying to convince himself this would be easy. But Zayas' calm reaction showed exactly who the real veteran is in this fight. Here's my question, drop it in the comments. Is Ennis about to get a reality check at 154, or will his power carry him through? If this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really happening, smash that like button and subscribe, because this fight is going to be absolutely wild.
As you stated though, you give the advantage to Boots. Why is that?
Well, he's talented. He's a very fast guy, fast fighter, good power also. So I do give him an advantage, but I don't. It's close. It's close, and I wouldn't be surprised if Xander does pull it off. You know, Xander's mentally, physically ready to do it, and there's not in his mind. There's nothing that's gonna prevent that from happening. So that's already a big plus right there. So
another interview, I said, man, Boots is about to just become a 2-time WBA champ via email.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't think Xander would fight. But good on him, man. And I think it's, you know, look, it's a world championship fight that Boots will show his level difference, the difference in levels. And we'll move on to you know what I mean, bigger and better. And Xander's still so young, and he's gonna have a career
even after the Boots fight. His profile will jump. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So it's a no-lose situation for either one of them, to be honest.
How does it end, Fleet?
7th round stoppage, Boots. Or I could see, you know, the corner of Zayas, you know, calling it quit. Saving him from himself. I could see Xander wanting to continue, whatever. I think